Open backfield now as the Patriots look to throw off a quick drop. Near side throw, and a big rush is put on as Brady is knocked down and there's a penalty marker down. We could have a roughing the passer. Or maybe a hold.
It came very late. It might be a hold. It's going to be roughing the passer. Not something you want to start a game with, Don. Last week, the Broncos gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown. A penalty can put you in just as big a hole.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 95 defense.
Kavika Pittman is called for the personal foul, so Mike Shanahan sees an incomplete pass instead result in a first down for the Patriots.
Well, that's one thing you do. Is a young quarterback back there, Tom Brady, went right to the head, and that's kind of a message, Don. Well, let's face it. They want to get inside the young quarterback's mind. They want to make sure he knows it's not going to be a day in the park like it was in Indianapolis a week ago.
Brian Griese and Brady, with high regard for each other, they competed for the starting job at Michigan. Griese quarterbacking the team that shared the national championship in '97. Michigan and Nebraska, co-national champs. Brady a backup. Brady went on to be Big Ten MVP. Here is a handoff now as the ball is given to Antoine Smith, and there's not a whole lot there as the Broncos, who've been having some problems stopping the run, shut it down early. Washington, McLaughlin, Price, and Pittman across the defensive front. Mobley, Wilson, and the veteran Bill Romanowski, the linebacker.
Those are three excellent linebackers. They can run, cover, and they can punish on a tackle.
Patriots are very concerned about Delta O'Neal, who had 4 interceptions in 1 game this season. Belichick says you throw it to his side, it could be coming back at you. On a second down throw, a good pitch over the middle goes to Troy Brown. And Brown, with his 40th catch of the year, is taken down by Delta O'Neal. It brings up third down.
See Troy Brown, a lot of people kind of raised their eyebrows last week when David Patton had a hand in 4 touchdowns. But this is the guy. Troy Brown is the guy the defenses worry about. He's a good receiver, a quality playmaker. And the emergence of David Patton is only going to make his life easier.
Patton has certainly emerged last week with that phenomenal game. 2 touchdown receptions, ran for 1, threw for 1 against the Colts. Here's Brady. Near side throw, nicely done to Mark Edwards, and the fullback takes it in. And Edwards on a third down and a long 2 play gets it out to the 49-yard line. A gain on the play of about 6 yards and a first down.
Well, this is what the Patriots would love to do on offense. Get the ball out of Brady's hands, make some first downs, and keep Brian Griese and the Denver offense off the football field. The best way to take a crowd out of a game on the road is to just hang on to the football.
Patriots have a measure of confidence here, Steve. As you know, last year they won here at Denver, ending an 11-game losing streak in the Mile High City. Here's a throw. What a beautifully thrown ball and catch, as again Troy Brown comes down with the ball, and Brown now gets the ball inside the 45-yard line.
That was a good throw and a good catch. As you see Troy Brown come across the middle, you'll watch and you'll notice, look where his shadow is and look where the ball comes right out of the sun, and he plucks it out of the air with a guy right on his back. Good coverage by Eric Brown, but that's a great throw and catch, tough to defend.
Brown with after the San Diego game, when the Patriots rallied from 10 points down to win, 10 points down with 5 minutes to play, he said that Brady wouldn't let any of us believe we could lose the game. Here's a handoff to Brown. Turning upfield, he finds a gap, and Brown is in the open field. Moving on the Bronco defense as he is down now inside the 15-yard line. So when it looked like he was caught and stopped, Troy Brown finds a way and gets ahead for a 31-yard gain.
Well, this play looked like it was ill-fated from the start. He'll come in motion. He kind of looks hesitant as he comes across, gets the pass. And right here, the Denver Broncos got to say, we've got him. 3 guys are right there, and then he cuts back against the grain. And you see here, that's the difference. He's just very patient with the football in his hands. Not something you always see with a wide receiver.
Greg Robinson-Randall, the right tackle, with a huge block to spring Troy Brown. So now the Patriots challenging on their opening possession. Brady, deep drop, looks to screen the ball. He does to Antoine Smith, who's taken down from behind by the middle backer, Al Wilson. The real strength of these good Bronco backers is great foot speed. They can run anybody down. But it was plus yardage as the ball is advanced down to about the 9-yard line.
You said it, Don. That was That was Al Wilson. Al Wilson is a middle linebacker, and usually those are the guys that come up to the line of scrimmage and tackle the running back between the tackles. But these three guys, Bill Romanowski, Al Wilson, and John Mobley, they can run, and they're very good veterans. They know what's going on out there.
Well, he ran him down from behind, but it was a 4-yard gain. Brady is now 4 for 4 throwing the ball for 22 yards in this opening drive. Another quick out. This one comes to the near side, and Curtis Jackson, one of the fastest Patriots, is knocked out of bounds at about the 6-yard line, so that will bring up 3rd down, and the Patriots will need 2 yards for the first down.
I think it's interesting that since Tom Brady has taken over, Don, you see all the receivers getting involved, especially with the absence of Terry Glenn, who's inactive today. Tom Brady, your backup quarterback, doesn't have that history with the team. He doesn't see his players evolve into his comfort zone. So he comes in and tries everybody, and right now they're all coming through for him.
Yeah, he sees the field. He spreads the ball around. Now the handoff, and Antoine Smith is stopped. No gain, maybe a loss of 2 yards on the play. On 3rd down, they don't get there, so the field goal unit comes out. Adam Vinatieri having another good year for the Patriots. He's hit 10 of 11 field goals. This not much longer than an extra point drive.
Well, you see right there, the line of scrimmage is just controlled by the defensive line of the Broncos. Chester McLaughlin just refused to be pushed, and Antoine Smith had nowhere to run that football. They just dominated the point of attack.
25-yard field goal attempt by Vinatieri. It is on the way and on the road. The Patriots take an early 3-0 lead as their quarterback Tom Brady, with a lot of timing patterns, hit 5 of 5 throws for 26 yards in the drive. Bledsoe and Brady talking it over. Bledsoe said, I'm going to do everything I can to help him. Bill Belichick's going to play the best quarterback when I come back, and I intend to be the best quarterback, but they are very good friends. There's no quarterback controversy in New England. Here is Chris Cole running back the kickoff for the Broncos, and he is struck. Still, he breaks a tackle and gets ahead to the 28-yard line. Down there to slow him up, though, was Tabucky Jones. And so the Broncos will go on offense for the first time when we come back.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. The all-new 200-horsepower Acura RSX Type S. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Back to beautiful Invesco Field at Mile High as the Broncos come out on offense, 1st and 10. The Patriots have now scored in 10 of their last 13 possessions with Brady at quarterback. Here's a throw over the middle. The ball is caught. Nicely done by the Broncos as they advance the ball for not a lot. Gain of about 4 yards. Ryan Cox is quickly on the receiver. Carswell, the tight end. Ryan Greasy now in his 4th year for Michigan, a 3rd-round draft choice. These Michigan quarterbacks don't get drafted high, but man, can they play.
They really can. And Brian Greasy really needs some help from the rest of the guys on his team. They need to get a running game going and take some of the pressure off him to produce every single week.
As he said, Steve, everybody's trying to play the perfect game, and you can't do that. We've got to realize there's going to be mistakes, and we have to bounce back from them, not get tight about it. We've got to get the game back to playing and having fun again. As the handoff to Mike Anderson is for a short yardage. There's the offensive front of the Broncos. Teague, Friedman, 4-time Pro Bowler from Boston College, Tom Nalen, Neal, and Lepsis. Nalen, the anchor of the line. Anderson and Hape, the runner and fullback. Smith and Kennison, the wideouts. Carswell at tight end. 3rd down. Greasy and the Broncos needing 4. Near side throw, nicely done, and so was the tackle as the takedown is short of the first down marker. Rod Smith catching his league-high 52nd pass, but Ty Law was right on him, so there's no first down, and the Broncos have to punt the ball. Defensive front in the 3-4 set of the New England Patriots, Hamilton, Mitchell, and Pleasant. The 4 linebackers, Vrabel, Cox, Johnson, and Pfeiffer. Law and Buckley at the corners. Jones and Malloy the safeties. Now the punt. Kevin Falk is back deep. Ball is hit downfield, and Falk will run it back from his 29. If he can field the ball, he cannot. So Not a great day for Falk. The opening kickoff, he was almost taken out of the game with a head-high hit. Now he fumbles this one, but does fall on a 43-yard punt and no return. Back to Invesco Field at Mile High. Don Criqui with Steve Tasker. The Patriots scoring on their opening drive as they went 74 yards in 10 plays, resulting in the field goal by Vinatieri. Brady perfect throwing the ball, 5 of 5, 26 yards. He hit 4 different receivers. Standing in again, another throw, another catch. Troy Brown putting moves on. And Brown breaks it down the sideline, and now a penalty marker's fired in. Could be a face mask as the Broncos try to defend him. We talked to the Broncos yesterday. The guy they were most concerned about, the name they pointed out more than any other, was Troy Brown.
And you saw it on that play, and there's a desperation face mask trying to get their hands on him. And I think the fact that Tom Brady is 6 for 6.
Personal foul. Grasping and twisting the face mask. 24. Defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And Brady at this point, at this pass, is 6 for 6 on the day. And you see there's the face mask. It's not that bad. And there's another one. But Tom Brady is just playing so mistake-free, and they're just dinking it down the field. It's a huge confidence boost for this offense. I think Brady is the key to it. I mean, the guy is as cool in the pocket as you can find.
That was a 33-yard plus for the New England Patriots. 18 yards on the pass play, 15 more on the penalty. So the Patriots driving again. Brady swings the ball out beautifully, makes the connection, and darting ahead and inside the 30-yard line down to the 28-yard line is Kevin Falk out of the backfield.
This offense has really blossomed, and Brady's hit 4 different receivers, actually maybe 5 now. And there you see Drew Bledsoe is in uniform today for the first time since his injury in the Jet game so many weeks ago.
Yeah, he was throwing before the game.
The emergency quarterback today.
The backup will be Damon Heward. Pitch back. Falk on second and short. He breaks into the secondary, and he does get ahead for enough for a first down. As Pittman makes the knockdown, but the Patriots continue to move the ball down after down. Is this Brady's Bruns? Well, look what they've done with Tom Brady at quarterback, a 3-1 record, which is really the only number that matters. But the scoring is up so much.
Yeah, and this is it, too. 5 touchdowns. He hasn't thrown an interception coming into the day. He had 134 tries coming into the day. Still hasn't thrown an interception and is perfect today. What more can you say about the guy?
When you watch him, he really is a lot like a tall Joe Montana. He has the same look out there. Quick setting up, and he sees the whole field every snap. Which is the mark of great ones beyond accuracy. Spotting the guys coming open. Another penalty.
Prior to the snap, false start, 77, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, Coleman, our referee, and Bill Belichick sees Mike Compton call for the penalty as left guard. Log on to NFL.com and vote for the AFC and NFC All-Star teams to play in this year's Pro Bowl. Vote now at NFL.com or AOL keyword NFL.com.
It seems so simple when you see a good offense work, or at least an offense that's being effective. The quarterback, all he has to do, it seems, is just make the right decision, and Brady has done that for a month.
198 players picked ahead of him in the draft in 2000. Here's the throw, open man, a connection, touchdown, as the perfect pass play is executed by the Patriots. The touchdown maker, David Patton, in the end zone again. That's 5 touchdowns in less than the last 5 quarters. A 30-yard throw, which is as good a throw as you can make in any level of football.
I'll tell you what,
perfect.
That was an absolute strike. Brady finds Patton behind the defense, watches he trumps back the play action pass, and he looks out to his right, then throws it right down the hash mark. They tackle him right on the goal line, and that is a touchdown. This play was beautifully conceived. They've been running very conservative offense through their first 2 series, and then hit him for the big one when they got down close.
A 30-yard big one, and now looking to extend the lead to 10-0 is Adam Vinatieri out there. David Patton, a wonderful story, a guy who 4 years ago was loading sacks of coffee into trucks down in North Carolina. 600 sacks a day he and his partner would load. But he's living a dream life now, and he's in the end zone again, and the Patriots, underdogs on the road, all of a sudden break out to a 10-0 lead. on the perfect play of quarterback Brady. 8 of 8 throwing the ball.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by your neighborhood 7-Eleven store. Oh, thank